Yes, and that's one of the things that I alluded to there initially is just how proud I am of that, because we can't forget we're coaching a team here that won 7 games all of last year. We're sitting at 5 right now, and I couldn't be more excited and proud of them and how they fought through these moments and how they're battling. And there's adversity. There've been adversity in both these last couple of games, and they've come out on top. We've got juniors on our team that have not experienced that in 3 years here. So I couldn't be more excited and proud of their belief, their work ethic, and how everyone is stepping up when their number's called. Because it wasn't just Brittany. It wasn't just Brittany. It was Zuri. It was Aaron. We had multiple people in foul trouble that we were juggling throughout the night.
In terms of what Eric was able to do in that second quarter, how much did that spark y'all, just with the way that she was able to get those layups in transition, just kind of really spark y'all?
Well, she was huge for us. We thought that we had a foot speed advantage on them most of the night, and we wanted to get out in transition. The second quarter was the best quarter for us in doing that, but just she led us during that stretch and just really used her speed to get out and to get those buckets in transition. And even in a half court, if something broke down, she was able to get into a gap and weave into to get to the basket and finish for us. So she was phenomenal for us in that second quarter.
Up 17 in the third quarter, then they got it to 6. I guess, what did you see from your players just in terms of I know, like you said early on, they hadn't played with the lead. Obviously, they kind of learned from that earlier on. What did you see today from them?
Yeah, I think it's just sustaining the intensity is the biggest part. Anytime you're playing a three-point shooting team, they can, 17, a couple threes, and it's right back to a 10-point game almost. So, 3 threes, it's under 10, and they're a high-octane three-point shooting team. We had held them to 2 at the half, and that really helped us get our lead going. But I think the takeaway in the third and fourth is just you got to sustain that level of intensity. I mean, we were turning them over at a high level, 11 turnovers at the half they had. So I think just not getting comfortable. It's new territory, it's new ground. They're not used to playing with that lead. But that's I'm fine, continually coaching that next hurdle, and as a staff, we're making sure that we're just educating them every step of the way.
You talked about it a little bit earlier, but can you just go more into depth about what the message was to your girls when you've got a couple of bigs that are in foul trouble and just when fouls are a problem in general?
Yes, well, the big thing was that you've got to step up. Like, this is your opportunity. Whoever's coming in the game, it's your opportunity. Let's step up. Let's make the most of it. Kiara gave us some good minutes there when she had to step in. So it's opportunity time when that happens, and everybody has to be ready. It's not just that moment, but deeper than that, we tell them all the time, be ready. You could be in a game for 15 seconds, and it could be the difference in the game. So we challenge our bench to always be ready in any given moment. And they scored a lot for us tonight, I believe. I don't know where that stat is very quickly, but I think we had a lot of bench scoring tonight.
9 of 14 behind the arc for Cece. Were you pleased with her perimeter shooting tonight?
Yeah, I was pleased with her shooting, scoring career high 23 for her, but also her decision making. I mean, she had big buckets for us down the stretch. The very last play of the game was a read for her. I mean, it was you can get in there and take it, or you can peel back out depending on what you see, and she nailed it. That's 2 games in a row. She's hit a great shot for us, and under 30 seconds to go in the game, I believe. And she's just stepping up and playing with a lot of maturity in those moments.
You mentioned there, Brittany was obviously great last game, and then this game other people had to step up. Is this, you always preach that throughout the year, you never know whose game is going to be won. Is this one of those games that you can point back to later in the year that you can really learn from, you think, in that aspect?
What's the question? I'm sorry.
I think you can look back at this game as far as, Brittany was the star in the last one, but now this one, different people were stepping up. So is this more of a game you guys can look back going forward that multiple people can make an impact?
Oh, absolutely, as they did. Yeah, I think, again, with Brittany and then also Zuri, that was a major problem for us with her foul trouble. And then Aaron, I mean, we had a 3-player playing the 5 spot in some of those possessions just to get through. So, again, it wasn't just Brittany. I mean, we had severe foul trouble going on all over the court. And just so proud of them to find a way, make a way. But absolutely, we'll find teaching moments from this as well.
Just to be patient, like taking the right play and taking the right shots.
I know you guys have been obviously having some learning lessons, whether it's a loss or with some wins. What did you learn from today where you had a big lead, they kind of chipped away, and you guys were still able to kind of fend them off?
I would say not taking a play off, playing every play, and just playing hard throughout the whole game.
Sydney, I guess from your perspective, what did y'all have to do when Brittany was getting into foul trouble? Obviously, one of your leaders there.
We had to play hard. We had to play smart. We had to make up lost ground. I mean, we rely on Brittany for a lot of rebounds, a lot of points, and so we just had to make up for it. Some people had to step up, and I thought we did a good job of that.
Just in terms of Erica, what did she mean to y'all in that second quarter where she scored 8? I believe it was the last 8 in the second quarter for y'all.
Oh, she was huge. She was a huge spark plug for us and lots of energy, and we all fed off of her. I thought that was great. I thought she had a great game.
Kristen, I guess it seems like you're kind of turning into a closer role. Is that something you're kind of taking on? Because it seems like every time that you guys need a big bucket, it seems like Coach goes to you.
I would say, yeah, just making the right decision and playing hard through it and just getting my team involved.